Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, today we have another turbo video. In terms of news, there is no pretty much new news, right? Which is fine, right? Can't expect new news every single day because Turbo does come out with news pretty much 2 to 3 times a week on average, I would say, which is more than literally most coins, definitely more than most meme coins. So, no news today, but I did want to talk about how, I want to talk about a couple of things. First off, we will start with Turbo, right, in terms of its market cap, volume, and everything else. So we're sitting roughly at 225 million market cap, roughly 40 million volume, which is fine because Turbo has been moving slow the last few days. I mean, just the whole market has been moving slow. We've just been accumulating, generally speaking, going sideways. So, lower volume doesn't really concern me because it's given under proper context, right? Um, when we go to the amount of holders, right, we can see that we're kind of flatlining, right? Some days we gain a couple of people, some days we lose a couple of people. Nothing too crazy. I know most of you guys in the comments are still holding, right? A few of you guys said, you're out of this coin. A few of you guys actually wish death on this coin. And then we have like the infamous Mikey. I don't know if you guys read the comments sometimes, probably like one of the most mentally ill people that consistently watch my video. So shout out to you, Mikey. Always leaving those hate comments. Personally, they don't ever affect me, but they do make me laugh. So shout out to you, Mikey, and shout out to everyone that leaves all the positive comments as well. There are a joy. The people that joke around or hate or whatever. I always just laugh, to be honest. But yeah, so we can see we're at roughly 52,500 and we're at 36 followers. So pretty solid, right? Considering that we are just consolidating, going up, going down. Nothing too crazy happening in terms of action. One thing I do want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, right, is I want to compare us to a few other coins, okay? Because in the last week we have gone down, we can see 11%, and which is good, right? Which is good. Obviously we want it to be green, but we know generally speaking, we've either been going sideways or down in terms of the market. And we can see when we compare it to other coins, a lot of coins are kind of just in the dump or struggling more. Now, Doge is only down a little bit, right? Actually, if we go to Doge, we're going to cover some of these coins. And we're comparing it to Turbo, right? Because this is important. So we can see pretty much Doge in the last couple of days has been more sideways, but slightly more uptrend. So that's pretty solid from Doge. But remember, Doge is the biggest meme coin. It is the head of meme coins. So it is expected to do something like that. If we go to something like Shiba Inu, right? Go to its price. It's also been kind of similar, right? Sideways, but a little bit up. So pretty solid from the two big boys. Trump coin, of course. I already talked about how manipulated it is. Literally trades like the SPX 500. But something I want to compare to is other very big boys that fell off a cliff that will most likely continue falling off a cliff, right? So, pretty much before we do that, I want to talk and show you something, right? Turbo, in terms of its market cap, if we go to all time, pretty much peaked at roughly like 850 million, and then had a little bit of sell off, and then when everything sold off, or before everything sold off, it was roughly at 600 million, right? So we dropped a good amount. But ladies and gentlemen, here is the deal, right? When we compare it to many other meme coins, let's just say off the top of my head, I want to choose Mog Coin, right? Mog Coin. So when we go to something like Mog Coin, go to its market cap, go to all, we can see Mog Coin around the time of Turbo, right? The 7th of December. And when was Turbo? When did Turbo peak? The 11th. So roughly the same time. Mog Coin was a couple 100 million more market cap than us, right? It was up of what, like 600, 650 million market cap, something like that. And we're chilling somewhere around the same market cap as Mockcoin. And Mockcoin has way lower volume, right? Turbo, similar market cap, slightly lower, but volume much higher. And we didn't fall off a complete cliff, right? So, you know, that's why I still believe in Turbo, right? I do think a lot of meme coins are going to take a huge hit and they're going to fall off and die. But Turbo doesn't really suggest it will because, like I keep saying, I believe institutions are behind this. And Turbo's like, one of the biggest coins in terms of its innovation and such. Let's look at Pengu, right? Pengu. Go to market cap, go to all, right? We can see Pengu, it launched, it was already at 2 billion, which was already like just a red flag. I would never buy a coin that's at 2 billion that just comes out. It is always bound to have some kind of sell off. And we can see it has fell off of the face, right? Of the earth, right? This thing went from a peak of uh 2.7 billion, 2.8 billion, almost 3 billion market cap to 500 million. And it is slowing down a little bit more, but man, oh man, it does not look good. And look, I'm gonna compare a few more other coins because you guys, some of you need to understand the perspective and need to understand how well Turbo is actually holding compared to so many other meme coins. We can see also similar time, right? Just a few days before Turbo peaked, something like Brett was at 2 billion. Now it's at 400 million. So, it has a bigger fall off from Turbo in terms of a ratio, right? And we can see, man, like it is rough for some of these meme coins, right? The volume, right? This coin has almost double its market cap, but its volume is very, very similar, and in fact, it's lower. So again, another green flag for Turbo. If we go to something like Bark Coin, I mean, Jesus, this coin was the most hot thing at like a couple months ago, right? Mid January, mid to late January, we were at almost 2.5 billion market cap, and now we're at 300 million market cap. So look how much these coins fall off, right? These coins fall off so hard, yet people are worried about Turbo, which I get. You guys are putting your money in. This is not like a game. Right? This is real money. People, some people's lives are at stake here. Some people's like all their money they ever put in is at stake here. So I get it. I get why people stress out. But when we just compare it to other coins, it really, really puts into perspective how well Turbo is holding, right? Um, let's see another one that potentially, was big. Nero, Jesus, Nero was doing really, really well just what not too long ago, right? If we go to all-time market cap, I guess it peaked in November. December, it went from 900 million to 141 million. So, it had a slightly higher like market cap than us, and it went, a decent amount lower. So once again, right? Once again, something very similar to Turbo, yet it's, bleeding way more. Damn, this goat coin, right? I remember this coin. See it, market cap, right? This is November though. Let's just do December. Let's do fair. Yeah, look, this thing went from 900 million to 97 million. So Jesus, the ratios are way more harsh. The ratios are way more harsh on these coins. That is why I love Turbo. This is why I believe Turbo will do great. Some of these coins down here are just bleeding out that we've talked about before in tier lists. I'm not going to go over them specifically, right? We might go over one or two more, but man, oh man, right? Some of these, look, the AI one, right? This was pretty big. You just go to market cap. Let's go to all. When did it peak? January. That's a fair time, right? So pretty much at 2.6 billion market cap, which is crazy. It could be even higher. My mouse is glitching out here. My mouse is glitching out. So like 2.5 to 2.6, and it also fell off a good amount. Like in terms of ratio, right? We peaked at 850 million, and we're down to like 225. This peaked at 2.5 billion, let's just say, and it's at 350 million. So the ratio is much worse for this coin. Much, much, much worse. We're talking about Brett's worse, Pengu's worse. Let's see SPX, right? I think SPX is actually holding pretty well, given everything, right? So yeah, 1.5 billion pretty much to 600 million. It might go down to even 500 million. So it's still holding well, right? Turbo is not outperforming every single coin, but you can see some coins are just getting wrecked. I mean, there's no hope. I mean, let's see this one, right? This one's also going to have a lot of manipulation behind it because this also has to do with the Trump family and such. But right, this thing went to what, like 4 billion, 2.2 billion market cap, and now it's kind of like flatlining 600 million. Yeah, also fell off a decent amount. It's a little bit different. There's a lot of manipulation. We talk about this, but man, guys, have some confidence in Turbo. Okay, have confidence. Okay, look, Popcat has dropped 30% this week. What is the reason for it to drop 30%? in November, it peaked this much. Okay, let's go to December when some coins had a peak. So 1.5 billion. So look, also a couple hundred more million market cap than us, right? In terms of its December peak, but yet it's around the same market cap as we currently are. So Turbo, very, very solid, literally outperforming like all of these coins as we speak. This is what we love to see. This is why I'm super high on this coin. A lot of these coins will not recover, right? They will simply not recover. Some of them will. I'm very confident in like the ones that are up here. Pepe, Trump, Bonk, Will, Floki has a very great chance. Whiff also has a very pretty good chance. SPX we saw is doing pretty solid. But then when we start going down here, it's really just comes down to Toshi. Toshi's a little bit different because it went from 1 billion recently. Now it's going to have a correction. We could see Toshi even back down to 200 million before it could be a good buy. But I mean, like all the coins that were way more established with way more data. Um, I mean, the next one's just Turbo. Like Turbo is the only one that really sneaks or not sneaks because I was reading this. It only sticks out like truly, like look at Peanut. Peanut was on top of this world. Told everyone, do not buy this coin, right? Anything that pumps super high very quick, you missed it, right? And look at it, right? We went to 2.2 billion and now we're at 140 million. So what? That's like roughly a 95% decrease. So I get it. That was November. If we're a little bit more fair in December though, right? December here. Still the same thing, 1.5 billion to 140 million. So absolute trash ratios. Mudang. I don't even know where Mudang is. I think this coin is dead. Uh my beautiful Ponky is bleeding out a little bit. Let's see. Right. Mudang might actually just be dead. I don't even know where it is. Broccoli. Oh yeah, some people made money in broccoli, but thing. Pepe Unchained, unfortunately, the coin I like is doing, pretty bad right now. Mudang is in the dumps. So we can see Doge of efficiency. This thing was like a 200 something million market cap or even more. It's back down to 34. So yeah, guys. Oh, chill guy. Jesus, this thing's like down 99%, no? I swear it is. I swear. Oh, no, never mind. I thought I peaked at 2 billion, right? 600 something. Yeah, and 27 million. Yeah, see, I said stay away. I said stay away. Hope you guys listen. Um, and yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we compared it to so many other coins. There wasn't much news today, so we covered the basics. And yeah, I mean, look at it. Like, unless the coin is literally at the top of the pack, the turbo clears all of the medium high to middle of the pack to lower tier coins, like all of them. It's clear the one that sticks out the most, right? So that is, ladies and gentlemen, right? Technical analysis is pretty much the same, pretty much sideways movement. So we won't cover it really. Um, we'll see how everything works out with Turbo over the next day to the end of the week. There was technical analysis, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.